Hey, it's Charlie Greenman. This is video 2 of the series now called Charlie Talks. I just wanted to talk about something really quick in life and also in business, and that's with regards to perfection, limitations, and flexibility. And there's this phrase that people say, which is many times you'll get into a conversation with somebody and you'll discuss one of their flaws or they'll discuss one of your flaws, and defensively will say, I know I'm not perfect. And that phrase kind of seems to suggest that perfection is something that people should work towards. And that's right in many ways, but perfection is, in that context, at least a bit misleading, because what perfection is due to our limitations and flexibility, what is the number one thing that we can do in order to make that work. If there's someone, for instance, who has a family and they have a job, maybe them working out 5 times a week, weightlifting, and then doing cardio twice a week might perhaps forgo some of the other obligations that they have. Someone who is a religious person who spends time praying, perhaps them, let's say, not having the time to do something else that they need. Of course, this one, religion tends to be a bit more controversial in that regard, and also with regards to family, I would imagine. But these are all examples of, it really depends on who you are, in addition to the type of person you want to be. If you're someone who wants to be a business owner, if you're someone who wants to be an employee, if you're someone who wants to be a self-employed or a freelancer or a consultant, these really change what perfection means for you. But once again, perfection isn't achieving 100% on everything. It's for the unique you, meshing everything together and making sure that you can keep moving forward. And with regards to business, perfection is definitely an oversight in that regard as well. It's important to realize that your customers have, or they need that flexibility and they need that limitation. So in your mind, if you have an idea of this is the perfect thing for me, most likely the majority of that time, your product is not going to be what people are looking for. It's going to be based on their needs and their wants. They're going to ask for something different, and for that reason, it's very important when you're going for customers to give them more so what they want instead of what would be perfect for them. Because if someone has a want, let's say I need to eat, right, and that's my minimum viable product is literally feeding people so they don't starve to death, then that is something that you have the ability to accomplish for 100% of the people. But if someone has a suggestion that they want a Polynesian prepared steak, I'm a big fan of Polynesian steak, if that one person says, I want that and nothing else, it's quite possible, for instance, that one of your customers might be a vegetarian, just as an example. That would not work for them, even though that is the perfect product. So it's very important to get things out to market really quickly. There's one side anecdote in this regard to be careful with, and that is something I've read many startup founders have said, that they wish that even though they've gone to market very quickly with something, they wish that they would have braced for venture funding, or that they would have given themselves enough of a competitive edge. If you end up putting yourself into a market really quickly and you don't have enough of a competitive edge, and that's something that's going to put push your company back as a result of you not being able to stand up against competition, then really what you're not taking the foresight as well. So it's many moving parts. Just one last side note that I want to end off with personal life as well. It's very important to realize that you as a person will be happier if you accomplish your wants instead of trying to achieve perfection. And what that means, once again, is that going back to that term that people have, which is, I know no one's perfect and I'm not perfect, that leads people to think that there is a perfection, and people at their core, of course, will not be perfect. And the beauty of that is, for what you're trying to achieve in life, not being perfect is the best that you can be. But no one objectively, because it's not perfect objectively, it's only relatively speaking to you, no one is ever going to realize objectively that that is what's perfect for you. So it's also important in life to put up those boxing gloves to defend your opinion in a perhaps very gentle manner. It probably would make your life much easier and better if you just calmly explain to people your position in life, and you'll just be generally a very happy person. Your business is going to do better because you have an open ear to your customers, and that you go to the market quicker, and that you actually give people something that they want, perhaps that they haven't had before, at a quicker rate. It's just a win-win all across, and just something to be aware of, that perfection in tandem with limitations and flexibility will give you the ultimate success and make you really happy. I wish you nothing but success. I hope that you follow your dreams and Greenman out. See ya.